It's Daredevil on ICE, and we're not talking about ice capades. We're talking about the media running with some things that some of the stars of Daredevil Born Again said during the premiere. And yeah, the narrative now is that this season of Daredevil's all about ice. And did you miss it? Did you miss it? We're going to remind you that's all about ice. So this headline.
Didn't you say Marvel though saying opposite? They're saying, oh, there's no.
Yeah.
They're like, so they're like, oh shit, stop talking.
Yeah. We'll talk about this because it's very interesting. This is what happens when you let people kind of speak on behalf of the show that are really a very small part of the show, and they're spouting off their personal opinions. It actually tanks the viewership of the entire show or the movie or whatever. So this headline coming from Variety. This is the same Variety that published the hit piece on Chuck Norris. They wait until after he dies to slam him because of his politics.
Only in recent years.
Only in recent years. Daredevil Born Again stars on season 2 premiere, and Kingpin's ICE parallels. Hopefully this is a wake-up call to fight the oppression. So they took
what oppression? The fact that you're here illegally and then they round you up because you're not supposed to be here? That oppression? I'm sorry, if you're here illegally, you're not oppressed.
Yes, these white Hollywood actors are so oppressed that they have to comment on the situation.
My thing is, like, I missed the last season. I was gonna actually watch the last season and watch this season because I've been busy. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not watching it now because I know right off the bat it's just gonna be politics shoved into it. And even if that's not the intention, according to Marvel, your actors say it is the intention. So they're all coming out and saying that. Then I don't want to watch it because I'm so tired of these celebrities getting a soapbox and just shoving it down your throat all the time. I'm just so over it. Why, you worried that someone's not going to be there to clean your bathrooms? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they've literally said that. Yeah, they've literally said that.
I never said that. They're the ones that said it. I'm making fun of them.
Was that the Osbournes? The Osbournes were like, well,
there was like
several people.
Who's going to mow the lawn? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, it sounds like, Civil War all over again. But it's just like, I'm just tired of it. I'm not going to watch it because you already turned me off. As soon as you're like, it's ICE parallels, I'm like, that's it, I'm out. I'm not watching it because it's going to be more entertainment that's not entertainment. It's just them lecturing to everyone what their opinions are. And when they're like, oh, it's oppression. I'm like, it's not oppression. It's called, legal system.
Edutainment. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
This is the video where we're going to talk about Daredevil stars saying things they probably shouldn't have said if they want people to watch their show.
I like to see all them go to a country illegally and see what happens. Because even the people who were fleeing America because they were mad about Trump or mad about stuff, they're like, and I had to do all the paperwork to go in there illegally. And it's like, what? You know what I mean? Let's see all you guys go to countries without paperwork and see what happens.
Yeah.
See how oppressed you get.
So this was the premiere, and we had several people saying things during the premiere that are being, I don't think they're being taken out of context. They're the actors' opinions. But Matt Lillard, weirdly enough, was the one who was the most vocal.
At least in this article, which surprised me. Usually he stays out of it, which is a smart thing to do.
Now, I want to disclaim, I actually like Matt Lillard a lot. I've heard he's a real nice guy, but I really do think that sometimes celebrities say things that are politically charged that could potentially cost them their viewership. Now, people said the season's pretty good. They watched the first episode, but I'm with you. Like, I don't give a shit. I was actually checked out last season because I know some of the things that happen. I'm like, I don't really care.
I was going to catch up. I didn't watch it. I was going to catch up on watch this one too because I love Netflix Daredevil. And I was like, now I'm not going to watch it. And I don't even know if it's show was, it's probably some, very, very subtle something. And then they're just running with it like, that was our tension. They did the same thing with the Andor. The one person, they're like, oh, it's not that. And after they're allowed to speak, it's all about that. Wow. And it's like, you know what? Way to ruin any chance people having come on.
Well, okay, so I keep thinking back to Star Trek Next Generation. And when I was a kid, even I started to pick up on the fact that a lot of the stories were one-to-one with whatever was going on in the world. You could see it like, oh, this whole thing with Wesley, they're going to kill Wesley for stepping on the grass on the alien planet and that was very much like Singapore, the kid that got caned.
Okay, but the
in
kid
Singapore.
got caned. It wasn't the same thing as killing. You know what
Well,
I mean?
no, but they were basically like,
And that's their law. So I mean, what are you going to do? It's their laws in their country. It's
and
like,
that
you know,
that was the point of the episode. And even as a kid, I was making those connections. The difference is back then we did not have the internet. I can only imagine, knowing how some of the Star Trek stars are now, how insufferable some of the cast members would probably be. They'd be like, did you catch what we meant by this thing in that episode? Did you get it? Did you get it? Here, let me remind you. Did you get it? You bigot? Did you side with the Klingons? You're a bigot. You're a homophobe. You're a racist. You better not side with them. It's like, holy God. They used to put this stuff out there and let you make up your own mind. Right.
That's just it. That's what they used to do. And it's like, you know, and you could decide about it. But they always do, you know, of course, leaning heavily into their opinion. But, you know, now it's like we haven't even watched it yet. There's one up, or the premiere started.
Yeah, the premiere.
And they're already out there like, it's all about ICE, guys. It's a wake up call to fight the oppression. Fight the oppression. What oppression of what? If you're here illegally and you're you know, removed, that's not oppression.
So here's what Matthew Lillard said. And there's some other things. What's interesting, though, is that Vincent D'Onofrio and the guy with Marvel are actually kind of dancing around the issue. But Matt Lillard said, it's incredible to be a part of that kind of project that's reflecting what's happening in the world right now. Our hope is that in some small part of us, you're sitting at home realizing we need superheroes. And that's common people standing up for what's right in the world, standing up for your neighbors and your friends and doing what's right.
What's right is following the, you know, did they follow the law? Did they come in illegally? I don't care if they're your neighbors or friends. If they came in illegally and you're not making any effort to be here legally. I mean, if you're going through the motions and you're trying to get here legally and you're trying to do the right thing, I have no problem with you being here. If you're here illegally and you're not doing anything about it other than parking it here because you're here illegally and you think you're allowed to be here, that's a difference. That's very different.
He went on to say, hopefully there's a piece of this that's a wake-up call. That's the battle cry for everyday citizens to do the right thing and fight the oppression that a lot of people right now are feeling in America. Now, here's what's interesting.
Americans?
He did not invoke ICE. Variety invoked ICE. They made it an ICE thing.
Okay,
so,
but what else is he supposed to do?
It's obvious what he's talking. It's obvious what he's talking about, but you know what I'm saying? Like the media, the biased media outlet is like, well, obviously he's talking about ICE, so let's make it about ICE. Now people are going to think that they were literally invoking, you know what I'm saying? Because it's variety in their shit.
So if Matt here goes over to another country illegally and he makes friends and things that are in another country, the friends are supposed to do everything they can to keep him there illegally, even though their government wouldn't have let him be here that long?
Maybe they're big Scooby-Doo fans.
What gets me mad is why do these people think that we're not allowed to protect our citizens and borders, but every other country's allowed to? That's what I don't understand. And I'm like, you know, I don't always agree with what ICE does because I think a lot of times I think they're sometimes it's excessive and stuff.
They need to rebrand, call themselves Nice, and then please get into the van, not just shove people in the van.
I'm just saying, it's like, yeah, some people get caught that are innocent. That always happens, but. And I feel bad about that. But there was one story, one person had been held for like 18 months, 2 years because they accidentally misidentified. And guess who that was under? That was under Obama.
Yeah, we never heard about it. Well, that's the thing. Because again, it depends on the media. It depends on the narrative. It depends on how they want to portray it because this stuff has been going on for a while.
Yes, and more people were deported under other presidents, but you don't hear about that. That's what gets me mad. It's not mad. I'm not mad about the whole idea of standing up for your friends and neighbors. I'm 100% behind that. My problem is if it's about what they're saying it's about, you know, there are legality things and there are things that, you know, people, they have a right to be mad about. And if you're not here legally and you're being, you know, taken back where you belong, that's not oppression. That's fuck around, find out kind of situation. That's called consequences.
So Vincent D'Onofrio, he was kind of these are the actual quotes, right? And we'll go out to the Variety article, but I'm just trying to paint a picture here.
So you found the actual quotes, okay?
Yeah, it's obvious what they're talking about. What I'm saying is Variety is taking what they're talking about and they're making did you miss the connection to ICE? We're going to make a connection to ICE just so you know, everybody working on this show. Yeah, they're against ICE too. Cause we at Variety are also against ICE. They
never said ICE though. Variety said
they did not.
It's clearly ICE. Strongly implied.
Right. But that headline is going to cost you viewership. And
Oh,
I think
100%. That's why I'm not watching it.
I think the Marvel guy knows it too, because he's trying to sidestep the issue. I think the memo went out. Don't talk about ICE or politics or shit on Trump or whatever if you want people to watch the show. So this is Vincent D'Onofrio. Being a New Yorker, what we're doing in the second season would be truly frightening for a New Yorker. Yeah, it'd be like a socialist taking over. There are aspects about what we do now in the second season that are scary to think about if they were real.
They said if they were real. So they're like saying this is not an allegory. You're saying if it was real.
If it was real. Now, also I want to say about him, it's kind of interesting. He said that he can't wait until Marvel gets its shit together. So it sounds to me like he's kind of like, yeah, things aren't in a real good state right now. But so then this is the guy from Marvel. He's the executive producer. He said any kind of reflection on reality is coincidental, but Stan Lee said Marvel reflects the world outside our own window.
Okay, well, but you just basically contradicted yourself. It's all coincidental. But hey, Stan Lee said that Marvel always tries to make it about politics. So it is.
Plausible.
You just basically admitted it.
But it's plausible deniability.
It's not plausible deniability. You just admitted it.
I think what the memo that probably went out is don't talk about ICE. You can dance around the issue. You can allude to it very strongly, but for God's sake, don't talk about ICE. And then Variety's like, it's about ICE. Did we mention it was about ICE? It's all about ICE. Yeah, this headline is absolutely going to cost you viewers. People aren't even going to watch the show now because they're going to be like, oh, God, here we go with ICE again. Same reason they tune into the Oscars. Same reason they slammed Billie Eilish. And they're just going to be like, fuck it, I'm not watching it. Doesn't matter if it's good or not. That's the thing. People are saying it's good. It doesn't matter if it's good. People are so burnt out on celebrity hot takes on politics that even if it's the best fucking thing ever, they will tune out.
Yeah, as soon as you have a celebrity going, because I mean, most people will be like, okay, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. It just happens to be similar, but it's not intended. Until you have celebrities out there saying, yep, hot damn, that's exactly what we're trying to do. And it's what you think it is. And people are like, you know what? I'm not even going to watch it. It might be good, but I'm not going to watch it because I don't want more, celebrity or political bullshit shoved into everything. And it's like, even people that agree with you, they're getting to the place now, if you're saying it's this, that, or whatever, and it's super or whatever, then people don't watch it.
So here's what's interesting, because they have the anti-vigilante task force. And they're like, there are some strong ICE parallels, but then they admit it was written 2 years ago. Before there was. So they're making these, you know what I'm saying? Like they're making these connections because they want to get a jab in there.
So basically, if they're anti-vigilante, so they're going around running people that are doing vigilante things.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the same thing, because that would imply you're out there trying to do something good. I mean, no offense, but a lot of people that are getting rounded up weren't being rounded up because they did good things.
In the season 2 premiere, the task force is destroying local businesses on Fisk's orders and cracking down on vigilantes prowling the streets. They're looking for Daredevil and already locked up swordsmen, many others. The Punisher escaped his imprisonment. Yeah, because he's in Spider-Man.
Wait, they're messing with small businesses? What's that have to do with ICE?
Yeah, I know, right? I remember a time not too long ago where you had to board up your small business and put the right flag on your business and hope that they would pass you over.
Yeah. It was literally Passover. And then,
it was please don't destroy my business.
If I was a small business owner, I'd be more worried about, having your store taken over because of, communism. But that's just me.
So they have, pro-Fisk propaganda, Karen Page, yada, yada, yada. So Matt Lillard, he didn't say it was about ICE, though. He said the episode ends with a bloody fight scene between Daredevil and Kingpin's forces, a group of cocks. Lots of Daredevils, a group of cocks, a flock of cocks. Oh, God, it sounds like a really gay 80s band.
Bunch of dicks decided to. No.
A bag of dicks. Oh, my God, that could be like a multiverse Batman show. It could just be Dick Grayson, like Dick Grayson and Nightwing. And just
called a bunch of dicks. Yeah.
A bunch of dicks.
Actually,
That's funny.
I'd actually watch that.
A bunch of dicks from different multiverses.
That would actually be fun.
A group of cops break into ex-NYPD officer Cherry's apartment. Then they learn he has ties to vigilante. They beat him because, all bad cops. Bad cops. We just invented bad cops. We've never had any media ever where we've had bad cops.
I'm still not seeing. I'm like listening to this, and I'm still not seeing how this is an allegory for ICE.
Because Variety
because
says
they're
so.
bad cops, you know.
Because they've got an anti-vigilante task force, and you know, don't want to break up those Antifa rallies, do you? You don't want to do that.
I don't understand.
I mean, this has been going on for. That's literally kind of the plot of most X-Men comics. Is like we can't have these mutants running around with these powers because we got to rein them in. The government's got to rein them in. Or detain him or something.
Well, and now they're already starting on season 3. They're beginning shooting season 3, and I'm like, I don't even gonna watch it at all. So this is a company run by the artists. It really is. It sounds corny, but I know these people, and I really feel like it's true as it is in Walt's time. No, Walt wouldn't be like that.
Walt would be like, hey, let's hire Dean Cain and let's do a pro ICE movie. Let's it's like.
You know, who's communist in Hollywood right now? Let's do another. I'll go testify.
Oh my God, yeah. That's why they're trying to distance. Like, I don't know if people. I'm sure people listen to us know, but Walt Disney was very, very conservative in his later years.
He was very pro-America.
He's very pro-America.
Pro-capitalism.
He literally narked on communists. He tried to get them out of his company. My understanding was he was more liberal until his artists turned on him and they unionized and they almost put him out of business. And then he's like, fuck all you. I'm just going to go all in on
he always was pro-creative, but yes and no. You had to do it what he wanted. You
that
were creative, but what his vision was is what went. So it's you know, a mixed bag with Walt, if we're being honest. But you know, it's funny. They're like, they support the creators. Basically, they let us do whatever the fuck we want, is what he's saying. And it's like, never once have we been told we can't do something. I don't know. Maybe Disney to start telling you can't do something.
I think things will change. I mean, it depends on the. I'm sure. They've already greenlit a whole nother season here, and that's the thing too. Like sometimes they'll make a commitment. They just greenlit another season of Wonder Man, which I've actually heard Wonder Man's pretty good. I haven't watched it yet. It's so weird. I had people shitting on me doing a video where I said Wonder Man, the ratings were dead on arrival, which they were. In fact, mainstream media outlets said that the ratings were terrible for Wonder Man. It's getting a second season, but the ratings were not good. And people are like, you're saying it sucks. It's like, no, I said I've only ever heard good things about it. I just have not had time to sit down and watch it. I keep forgetting it exists, like most people. That's why the ratings are terrible. So I think in this case, like even if the viewership's terrible, people are still going to watch it. But I'm just saying it doesn't help your case. If you want people to watch your stuff, watch your movies, support your game, whatever, having your people out there making political comments, it probably is not smart.
And even people like the majority of people, like the normies, most of us, like except for the extremes, they're tired. We're tired of all the political shit shoved into everything. It's like, can't we just have a show and enjoy a show? And you could at least have like the separation of, oh, this isn't ICE, it's an anti-vigilante task force.
Well, it was written before all the anti-ICE sentiment.
So, right? Okay. So, you know, so you have this in your head, and then they go and they deliberately start right from day one. The media is starting right from day one, you know, and the celebrities are starting right from day one, implying that it's something else, or flat out saying it's something else. And now you just alienated a whole bunch of your audience because, like, oh, I don't want to get involved in that. Like, I don't have the emotional energy. I already have to listen to the news all day. I already have to see it and engage with people at work about this stuff all day and discourse and stuff. I don't want to go home and watch it for entertainment too. And then another way, isn't it kind of shit that you're making that your entertainment? If you're so anti this, why are you using it for your entertainment? That's kind of messed up, if you're going to be honest.
It is. It'd be great. I don't want to worry about everything going on in the world right now. Let's watch him put some illegals in vans, in the movies, because that's, I'm saying, it's almost like people, they don't want any escapism. They're just like, I need to see all the things I stress about all day and all the media I consume too, so I know everyone's as stressed out and miserable as I am.
Or I'm on the side of the I'm a good guy. Side of the justice.
It's exactly, it's validation. That's what it is. You see the same thing on Facebook. It's like people want to be told you're a good person. You're miserable, but it's okay that you're miserable because you're a good person. And it's not easy being a good person. Look, I'm a good person too. Look, Hollywood agrees with you. They're good people too. We're all good people, and you're a good person. So you're doing the right thing, even if you're miserable and broke and hate life and whatever. You know, it's those happy people. They're just ignoring all the problems in the world. You don't want to be like them. You don't want to be happy and rich, do you? No.
My thing is, like, you know what? If you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. Like, I'm not
I don't give
gonna
a shit.
shit anybody for watching it. I'm not gonna watch it now. And I was legitimately just like the other day saying, oh, I was gonna catch up on the first season and watch the second one because it's coming out. I just said it to you like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, you know what? I'm good with just leaving it off at the Netflix version.
She's passing on Cox. That's how angry she is.
Yes, and I like Charlie Cox.
She really likes Charlie.
I don't like him that much.
You like him quite a bit. That's okay. Because he looks
I already
like
told you why. Yeah, that's exactly why.
But I'm taller than he is.
Yes, but you know, he looks like you. That's why I was like, huh.
There's some similarity. I don't know exactly. Like it's like an English genetic thing, I think.
I don't know, but I'm not gonna watch it. And that's, if you want to watch it, go ahead. I'm not, I don't care. Like, do what you want to do. I always say you're allowed to like things, you're allowed to not like things. I'm not gonna say you can't watch it. But I'm out, because as soon as you start telling me it's all about the politics, I'm like, I don't care how good it is. I'm tired. I don't want to watch it. I want to go watch things that aren't about that. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're gonna go see Project Hail Mary later today.
That's
our escapism. You're gonna go see the Chud movie. Well, I'm like, well, a lot of people went to go see the Chud movie because it did really well at the box office.
So anyway, we're gonna wrap this up because I'm tired of talking about it, quite frankly.
All right, so please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.